Good morning, gentle people. Today is December 28th, and if it's your birthday, happy birthday. Let's see what messages pop up for you today. December 28th. December 28th. What pops out? Oop, there it is. There it is. Ooh. Vulture. Vulture. I think I'm just going to use this card alone. This card, because this is a loaded card. A very loaded card. Okay. During this whole month of December, you have been seeking a sense of purpose. Why am I here? Things don't seem to be going right for me. I work and I get nowhere. The problem lies in that you're expecting too much from others and you're not expecting much from yourself. There is a sense of entitlement. There's a sense of entitlement that if you use the sense of entitlement correctly, it's not wrong to be entitled, to feel that you are the center of your world and you deserve everything, but the work doesn't need to come from outside sources. The work needs to come from you. What is the work that you need to be focusing on? The tradition. Whatever the tradition means for you. So let's explore this. If you come from a line of people who always celebrate Kwanzaa, then your tradition is to always celebrate Kwanzaa. Or the tradition could be that you always read the Bible, I'm going to make it up, Psalm 23. Every Christmas morning, then every Christmas morning, we open the Bible to Psalm 23 and we read Psalm 23 on Christmas morning. That is the sense of purpose, maintaining the tradition, the good traditions, not the bad traditions, right? Because there could be also a tradition where we drink until we puke. That's not a good tradition. That's not a good tradition. So we do away with that one, but we keep the good ones. What is a good one? Where there is unity, where there is of peace and loving in the home. This hair keeps sticking out. All right. Where there is peace and unity, that is a good tradition. And let's suppose, those people used to, and back in the day, used to read Psalm 23, but I'm not Christian. That's okay. You don't need to be Christian in order to read Psalm 23. What you're doing is preserving that sense. They're trying to be remembered. And what people remember them by is Psalm 23. So you, in remembrance of that person, or to call that energy in, you read Psalm 23. Not necessarily do you need to believe in Jesus or whatever it is in the Christian way of life. We're just remembering that person and we're calling that spirit in by reading them so that they also can be present in the festivities. Does that make sense? Okay. But going back to the sense of entitlement, the entitlement can go wrong if you insist on preserving bad traditions. What is a bad tradition? Now, hear me out. Because traditional roles of patriarchy, where the man is the provider and the woman is the one that's submissive. It might look cute on paper, but in reality it limits both parties because people are more fluid. Some men are okay with rearing the children. Some men are okay with cooking and cleaning, and some men are okay with women going out and being prosperous in businesswomen. And women sometimes feel like, I don't want to be in the house. I don't want to cook and clean. I don't want to clean asses all day, babies' asses. I want to go out and work. And therefore, maintaining and rigidly holding steadfast to a tradition that no longer works in the society we live in. That is a bad tradition. If it works for you, fine. If the traditional male role and the traditional female role work for you, fine. But you have to find someone who's compatible with that way of thinking, with that way of working and being. But most people, we're traditional. We're not traditional. I'm sorry. We're not traditional. Where I might be good as a woman changing tires, and you might be really good at cooking or organizing the kitchen or going and fetching the food because you're the one that's good at math and doing that mental math to find out if this pound is better because there's more pounds per money, or I don't know. I see, I'm not good at that. I'm not good at that. But I damn sure well can rake the yard, mow the lawn, and shovel the snow because I like doing that. I like physical work. So, why are you so beholden and I have to have this traditional, he has to open the door for me? No, I can open my own door. So, you see? So, while you are seeking your sense of purpose, especially, hold on, with respect to the family unit, and this is just one example, right? This is just one example. It could be with respect to the family unit. Maybe it's time to open you don't have to be so entitled and the man has to be the provider. No, I like working. I can be the provider, and you like cooking and washing clothes and making sure that and playing with the kids, because a lot of men, grown men, I know a lot of grown men who like to play video games. So let him be home and play video games with the kids and play games with the kids. That's perfectly okay, especially since I'm me as a woman. I'm beyond that. I don't want to do that. I'm done. I want to go out and have real conversations with real people on the outside. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense to somebody. Anyway, going back. Today what we can do is focus and meditate on our traditions, the traditions that our ancestors did in the past, and measure them, compare them to what I hold to be true now in this modern age. Is it compatible with me? What can I preserve? What can I toss away? Right? And understand that a sense of entitlement can be a good thing. I deserve this. And if I don't have this for me, with how I'm willing to live right now, then that part is not good for me. If my sense of entitlement tells me, hey, I'm willing to bend the rules, this, that, and the other, because I like freedom, because I like this, or I like that, then that. If you use your entitlement in the wrong way, then that's detrimental. But if you use it in the right way, then it elevates the entire family unit. What can we do today? Today, we're so close to the end of the year, and this is a really good time to review all of those traditions, whether they're good for us or they're not good for us. So meditate. Let's meditate at our ancestor table. Let's ask our ancestors, who are just us, previous versions of ourselves, and say to them, what serves me now in 2026 that we're moving into? What serves me now in 2026? What will serve me? I haven't even mentioned this vulture. How does this play into what I've been talking about, traditional roles? Well, it's a bird. It's a bird. And traditionally, what do we think of when we think of birds? Birds eat, what do they eat? Bird seed, nuts, flowers, right? Right? Insects. But not this bird. What does this bird do? This bird waits until something has died and then eats the meat off of the carcass. That's what this bird does. very non-traditional, just like what I've been talking about. Non-traditional ways of doing things. This part is not traditional. She waits till things die and then comes. And so what does that do? When she comes and peels the meat off of a dead animal, that's preserving nature. She is avoiding spoilage and that smell, that putrefaction. When she does the non-traditional thing, she's actually helping the environment. That's how the vulture fits into this conversation of doing things non-traditionally. Keep that in mind. You might save your own putrefaction, your own spoilage, you spoiling your insides for wanting to stick too hardly to a mindset that's patriarchal, period. Because keeping a woman in the house is a form of enslavement, which this card also talks about. Enslavement. So there. Okay. I hope this was useful for someone. In the meanwhile, please walk in joy. Know that this place is sacred, divine, and special just because you're here, and I am so honored that you spend time with me here at Ijomosoro. Ashe.